Here we are, the finals of the 2015 HiveGuys Game of the Year tournament. It's the finals.
The fucking finals.
And from all of us here at the HiveGuys Studios, we do want to take a moment to say Merry Christmas.
Nope, that could be offensive.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I don't give a fuck. Or Happy Hanukkah and Happy Kwanzaa, whatever. Merry Christmas. Absolutely. And today we are brought to you by Santa. Because Santa's awesome. And he's like, have the Hive on Christmas Day.
Right. So did you bring your Christmas or whatever kind of sweater? Because it's about to get fucking cold in here.
So here we go. We're going to do, let's look at the bracket first of all. How did we come out of this bracket? We got the number 1 Fallout 4 versus number 5 Witcher 3 in the finals right now. Here's how the bracket broke down though. Man, it's been a journey to get these two games there. And I don't think they've never dominated another game.
I kind of expected
it was
this.
back and forth though.
Did you expect this?
I did, but I was surprised that neither of these games completely dominated another game.
Oh yeah.
Every single turn we took, a game had something better on these two games.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're good games. But before we get to this matchup, we're going to tease you a couple of things. We're going to do some side awards from us at the Hive for 2015 because it was a great year in gaming, and I think there's some things we can talk about.
And we can even start off by saying Indie Game of the Year.
Yeah. So let's look at it. Indie Game of the Year, Rocket League.
I agree.
Obviously, Rocket League.
It was amazing.
That game was so good. And actually, at first, Rocket League almost made it into this tournament. It was that close to making it in. Okay, and I think Star Wars Battlefront definitely edged that out. Until Dawn edged it out, but
you know
Rocket
what?
League's
Honestly,
good.
Think about it. If PS4 didn't give Rocket League away for free,
Would we be talking about it?
we probably would be.
I think we would be, but like giving away for free was a huge positive
It could have been
move.
like
and
more
then free
advertisement.
DLC.
That was just amazing.
Yeah. So Rocket League's an amazing game. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Indie
And
Game
it
of the Year from
deserves
the
an Indie
Hive.
Game of the Year.
Let's look at Dumpster Fire of the Year for 2015. This is the game that did bad.
I almost forgot about this game because that's how bad it was. I almost thought it
was very early in the year. Very early in the year this game came out. Evolve.
Evolve was shitty.
It was so bad.
So
How is it that Left 4 Dead developers made such a bad game?
It was so bad.
It's so linear, it's predictable, it's confusing and frustrating. It's like everything you wouldn't want in a video game.
It's in
video
there,
game.
and it's terrible.
You have the overpowered player, you have the player that literally just slows you down and slows the game down. The way that the monster can dominate you makes it so confusing. Like, you can't enjoy the game. It's so hard to enjoy.
I tried to enjoy the game, and I couldn't.
We
enjoy the
tried.
game.
We tried really hard. So we may be doing this a little bit premature, but let's give our predictions right now for the HiveGuys 2016 Game of the Year.
Can I say it right now?
No, I'm not
Okay.
going to say it right now because I'm going to give you guys a list of games. Let me know what you think. Coming out this upcoming year, we got Mirror's Edge Catalyst, probably not. Street Fighter 5. Sea of Thieves looks pretty good. Dark Souls 3 is coming out in 2016. That's a big game. It's going to be a big, addition to that series. Paragon, Ashen, Gears of War 4, Far Cry Primal is coming out. Quantum Break. World of Warcraft Legion is going to be coming out in 2016. Plus, we have a lot of sports games. Obviously, FIFA 17, NBA 2K17.
Oh, and you think a sports game is going to get
Call of Duty will have a game. Assassin's Creed will most likely have a game.
Yeah, that's just...
Mass Effect Andromeda is anticipated for 2016.
Sounds like that's going to be his.
Oh, that's hard. Mass Effect's won it before, but we both think Gears of War 4 will probably win.
Definitely Gears of War. Okay, seriously. There's that big time gap between 3 and 4. They were teasing the shit about it. Like, oh, hey, we're going to talk about some Gears of War. Probably going to be an HD remake for your Xbox One. JK.
If Mass Effect Andromeda can put out a great game, that's what I would give
Gears
it.
Of War
but
4.
Gears of War 4. Early prediction right now from the HiveGuys Studios.
Game of
We're thinking that might repeat
We're going to
it.
look back at this from a year now and be like...
See if we're right.
got
See if we're right.
No, we got it. I'll tell you right now, we got it.
So before we go into the next segment, which is going to be Fallout 4 versus Witcher 3 for the 2015 HiveGuys Game of the Year, I just want to let you guys know that this episode is brought to you by the Fat Unicorns Black Ops 3 Clan. If you're over 21, enjoy having fun and not being too competitive in Call of Duty and just want to meet a great group of men and women who just want to have fun with you in sexual ways, and make sure to check us out, www.thefatunicorns.com. Apply to be a member today. So let's do it in sexual ways. Let's do this. Fallout 4, Witcher 3, right now, head to head. Let's go. Graphics.
Witcher 3.
Yeah, and I think Witcher 3, it's not that close because Fallout 4, like I said in the last episode, I think could have been better. It was great, but Witcher 3 looks phenomenal.
Witcher 3 looks amazing.
And that's one of the weird things, too, because if you look at Skyrim and the way that Bethesda did Skyrim's like long-distance graphics were mind-blowingly awesome.
They were.
And Witcher 3 had the same kind of feel. You could see far away. It looks phenomenal.
I just felt like everything
Fallout?
about Witcher 3.
Fallout didn't have that. And I think that's why I give it to Witcher 3 personally, is it has that distance, just jaw-dropping graphics in Witcher 3. Gameplay. I give it to Fallout 4 because I've always been a heavy critic of Witcher 3's fighting mechanics.
I give it to Fallout 4 as well, just because there's so much freaking stuff you can decide to kill ghouls with, okay?
Yeah, there's a lot more
from
customization.
A flaming sword to anything. And you can, that in general just.
And have you seen some of the community buildings for their bases and stuff like that? The build mode, what the community's been able to do.
It's crazy.
It's phenomenal. They build castles of shit, and it's great. The customization is better in Fallout 4. Witcher 3 does have its hiccups, but Witcher 3's got some good stuff too.
I just think in general that this is an easy win for Fallout 4. There's just so much you can do in that game.
Absolutely. Story. What do you think?
I'm going to give it to Witcher 3.
Really?
Yes, because the lore, everything leading up to the story in Witcher 3 is just well laid out. You know what's going to happen. This is like almost like a final chapter to understanding why you were doing what you're doing in Witcher 3. And I love it. They laid it out. The lore is continuing. It's just amazing.
In my personal opinion on this exact topic.
And even side quests.
And this is the side quests in Witcher 3 almost give it to me.
And you even told me, like, when you were playing this, there was this witch
great.
he was fighting. He thought it was a fucking main quest. That's how
they tell side quests amazingly. I give it, though, to Fallout 4.
After he says this.
In terms of story. And you want to know why? Because Fallout 4, in my opinion, broke up the lore well enough that you could jump into Fallout 4 and be perfectly fine. They accelerated the beginning of the game well enough to put you into the meat of the game early, which I thought was a big benefit. In Witcher 3, I'm sorry, and people disagree with me all you want. The beginning of Witcher 3, for about the first hour or so, no idea what's going on. The lore doesn't really make sense. The story doesn't make sense. It gets better, but I don't think Fallout 4 ever drops off in terms of their main storyline. So I give it to Fallout 4, absolutely. Music and sound. This one is...
Witcher.
Is it that easy, though?
Yes, it is.
Is it that easy?
It is. Okay, Fallout 4.
So beginning of the game, obviously you enjoyed that.
A game, right when you start up a game, I want something that just draws me in. It's just like...
How does Fallout 4 not do that?
Because it's...
it slowly zooms in. That was epic as fuck when you first opened it.
And it just goes on your thing. But Witcher 3, like, dun, dun.
I disagree.
And you're like, dun, 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 dun. You know?
I thought they were both
regardless,
great.
it was just like ready to get my sword out of my sheath, and you can take that in sexual ways, whatever. I was just ready to go to town in Witcher 3.
And Witcher 3 pumped you up at the beginning of the game.
Fallout
you want to know what Fallout 4 did?
It was kind of depressing. More like,
exactly!
It's supposed
That's what
to
they
do that.
wanted.
I understand, but it wasn't compelling.
Oh, no. Witcher, they're both games when you entered in had the same effect, in my opinion.
I disagree.
At the end of the day, though, voice acting in Fallout 4 while Witcher 3 was great.
And even when you're completing something in Witcher 3, there's like a great like end music note that's just like, yeah, you just complete the fuck out of that quest. You just complete the fuck out of that quest.
Okay, music and sound effects, great. That's
and Fallout
great.
4 is like, hey, buddy, here's your caps.
Right. Well, he made a sound effect, too.
No,
you knew you were completing it a little bit.
No,
right.
no.
I'm not going to fight on that regard. And
Witcher 3's like, da-da-da-da.
And I give that.
And
but
like,
my ending statement with Fallout 4 is overall, the sound of your weapons, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The sound of mini nukes, the sound of your guns, the sound of your pistols, all sound great. Voice acting is slightly better in Fallout 4.
I disagree with that too.
I can't give it to Witcher 3.
This is Witcher 3.
Right now, Fallout 4, Witcher 3 tied. Tied at 2 apiece. So we have to go into a game-breaking category. Last time we did a game-breaker was the last matchup, which we ended up doing replay value between Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront. I don't want to reuse that one. So here we go. It's the last game of the series. Overall gaming achievement by the developer. Who put forth the best game in its entirety? I'm just going to knock down this fortress. Who put out the best game content? It put everything together. Who took the bigger leap in gaming achievement?
I'm just gonna go based from sequel to what we got now, because that's a huge achievement for CD Projekt Red. We're taking Witcher 2 from a linear kind of standpoint. It had some maneuvering, you know, kind of open world. It was kind of like clunky. Brought it into an open world. You choose what you want to do, what quests you want to. It almost feels like you choose what contract what kind of person you want to be. They took what people didn't like in Witcher 2, added to Witcher 3, and just made this giant leap and made this beautiful game. And I say Witcher 3 made that giant. Just amazing, and they took that achievement.
So what ends up happening now is that my vote will either give it to Witcher 3 or push it to another category. And you know what I think? Fallout 3 to Fallout 4, no difference.
I know.
Witcher 3 takes it, in my opinion, because they learned about their game. They learned what the community wanted. They took all of the aspects that everybody wanted and put it into a game. Their side quest, ability to tell side quests alone is one great example.
It really is.
They set the bar for the video game industry. What does Fallout 4 do? They take a great combination that they put in Fallout 3, which gave it, great game material.
And amped it up to
copied
this generation.
It, pasted it.
And I wouldn't say exactly that, but it's pretty much.
It's pretty similar.
It's pretty much.
And other than a few tweaks here
and
and there,
I love
it's a similar
Fallout
game.
4, and I love Witcher 3. This was very hard.
Witcher 3, though, takes that category.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, the 2015 Hive Guys Game of the Year, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. There it is.
Crazy. It
there it is.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's a great game. It definitely deserves Game of the Year. It got Game of the Year across the board in a lot of categories, even with all the hype that Fallout 4 got, and consideration that Fallout 4 has in some of those Game of the Year materials, but Witcher 3 took it.
It's just crazy. It was
a great game. And we're looking forward to 2016, man. This tournament was a lot of fun. I think we're going to do it again next year.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah, it was great. Maybe we'll expand it. Maybe we'll do some different things. Who knows? Thanks again for checking out the series, though. And again, Merry Christmas to you. Congrats to Witcher 3, Projekt Red, CD Projekt Red.
Putting out an awesome game.
So thanks, guys. We're out.